Gather round, Kaijus, it's your boy Kaiju Kong, aka 2K, emerging from the depths of sweet solitude to bring you some more Sigma. So sustenance. Alright guys, here I am, by my lonesome. After work, just took my bike out for a ride and I thought about a topic that instead of having to go home and re-record it, I'm gonna speak it to you now while it's fresh in my mind, so forgive the resolution of this thing. The ISO is not exactly the best on my camera phone. Look, you see, there are guys there working out, parties there happening, and the lone wolf lifestyle never fails, guys. We gotta stay strong the whole time, stay strong, as lone wolves do. Anyway, let me put you in my bike and let's get started with today's topic. Cuban Jake, this is a shout out to my friend. So basically, Cuban Jake, he's 19 years old, right? And he is on his purpose. He is intellectually connected to his grind, intellectually connected to his hustle. The thing is, when you are connected to a greater purpose in life, right? When you want to, let's say, attract girls, attract women, it's not the same. It is a little bit more difficult for you because the majority have spent their whole life and all their time mastering these social skills that you guys have instead used to grind or to hustle, right? So it's natural. You can't work on something and then all of a sudden expect to be a pro in some other thing. It doesn't work that way, guys. So ultimately, Cuban Jake asked me that because he is kind of a failure. Yeah, that's a train behind you guys. Because he is a little bit of a failure with girls. And he has beta tendencies when he puts himself out there in social situations. Does that make him a beta? Well, you see, we are not 100% beta, we are not 100% alpha, nor are we 100% sigma all throughout our lives and all throughout the day. The thing that makes us alpha, the thing that makes us beta, and the thing that makes us sigma, or whatever other archetype of the male hierarchy, is what are you representing majority of the time, right? And the way that you wrote this, I'm not so sure about the context, but from the context that I get reading your comment, I understand since you're on your purpose, and this is the reason why you are not so good with girls, you are not beta, my friend, you are sigma. Why is that? What is a beta? Betas are majority, right? If deltas are, let's say, I believe maybe 60-70% of the population, betas make up the second most number of the population, betas. And betas do what majority do, and look around what the majority do. There are two types of majority: extroverted majority, introverted majority. Extroverted majority, what did they do? Parties, hanging out with friends like you guys that I just showed you, and trying to attract girls. If not, they're gonna try to do things or buy stuff that makes them look cool in order to attract women. So that's extroverts. Introverts, right? Introverts, they don't usually go out. So they're either at home playing video games or trying to escape into a different world by reading books, listening to music, over consumption of things, over consumption of art, over consumption of games, over consumption of music, and also buying or doing things that make them look cool in order to attract women, right? And since you're on your purpose, you cannot be beta. Majority are not on their Majority are not on their purpose. Majority are consumers. Many people feel that manhood is defined, or the more manly you are is equivalent to how many girls you've banged, or how many girls you've taken out, or how many girls you've slept with. That for me is not the true essence of manhood. The true measure of a man is how much value you have brought to the world, how much lives you have affected because you walked this earth, how much influence you're able to give others, how much positive influence are you able to give other people. That is the true essence of manhood. It's not only how you penetrate a girl, it's how you penetrate the world itself, how you penetrate the population, so to speak. That's metaphorically. A long time ago, you had to prove something in order to be a man. And then after a man, you had a girl. Now, you don't even have to prove anything. You can already jump from point A to point B. Therefore, men are taught to be consumers rather than to create first in order to get the reward, so to speak, if you know what I'm saying. Now I have twofold advice. My first advice is to actually develop your social skills. Get out there. Go out, meet new girls, It's going to be stressful. You're gonna feel a little bit of social anxiety in the beginning. Every time you go out, you see your mistakes. When you see your mistakes, you're able to read them better. When you go home and you think about it, you go over, you replay, what could I have done better? What could I have done better? And then you improve yourself. The next time you go out, you already come a little bit of a new man. You're, let's say, renewed in a way, bringing this new knowledge, having evolved a little bit. Then every single time you go out, you learn new things. Every single time you go out, you develop. Every single time you go out, you improve, you upgrade, right? And then eventually you become more comfortable. That's the way it is. That's first point. Second point, on this path, you gotta forget and liberate yourself from the need of a woman, from the need of female attention. The true mark of a Sigma male is no attachment. No attachment to women, no attachment to others, no attachment to a system. That is the true definition of freedom. Because if you depend on one thing, they have the leverage to manipulate you. They have the leverage to keep you chained. And that is the worst thing for a Sigma male. We always want to be free somehow. We always want to keep one foot out the door. So if things get, unsuitable for us, we can just leave. And that's it. Just free yourself from, it's hard, I know. But if you go out and do things by yourself like me, you realize that you can have so much fun in this world just by yourself. You gotta liberate yourself from what other people think about you. Even now that I speak to you, there are people passing right in front of me. You cannot see them, but they're giving me strange looks. Anyway, guys, what I'm saying is, mark of a man is how much value you bring. And the universe created this seed of being connected to a grind, connected to your higher purpose. That is for you to achieve, man. The world does not give that to everybody. All those other guys, the majority, right? They are consumers. They have the consumer mindset. Now there's a difference between the consumer mindset and the creator mindset. And that is the difference between a beta and a sigma. Beta always wants to improve himself, always wants to level up, right? To look like he has status, to grasp for more. But the way that he grasps for more is consume. And that's the mistake that he makes. Buys new things. Every single time that he gets his paycheck, he spends it on stupid stuff. Just in the hope of tasting that poon, tasting women, tasting that girl that he wants. Buying stupid shit in an effort to get something that is not even guaranteed. So just focus on the hustle, have the discipline. Because if you are married to the game always is loyal, my friend. She will take care of you. She will return back to you threefold, tenfold. If you give to a girl, there's no guarantee the girl is going to give back to you. Women are attracted to resources. And the way you have resources is twofold. The beta approach and the sigma approach. Sigma approach is somewhat alpha. Beta approach, how to have resources, is to buy the resources. Sigma and alpha way to acquire resources is to make the resources. That's why we have abundance mentality, guys. We are not in a scarcity mentality. Scarcity is because you want to buy it. When you buy things, you're controlled by the market, you're controlled by the laws of demand and supply, and there's a limited supply if you're only going to acquire resources through purchasing. But if you are acquiring resources by making it yourself, and if you're creative enough, you can potentially create infinite resources for yourself. That's where abundance mentality comes from. That is where the sigma and alpha route goes. So do leave a like if you like this and comment your thoughts down below, especially you younger males out there. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing to the channel. This is the channel for the lone wolves and the tigers out there. We are leveling up every single day, maximizing our potential and staying strong, guys. All right. So thank you very much for joining me, brothers. This is Kaiji Kong signing off. Take care.